everyone, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing another Call of Duty commentary, and for today's commentary I'm going to be doing a weapon guide on the Volkssturmgewehr assault rifle here in Call of Duty WW2. So yeah, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's actually dive right into the commentary. So if you guys actually did not know, this is actually the second weapon guide video that I made on the Volkssturmgewehr assault rifle in Call of Duty WW2. The reason why I decided to go ahead and actually make a second weapon guide, and that's just because the last weapon guide video that I made on it as of right now is a little bit out of date, and I actually made that weapon guide video a day after the weapon came out. So of course the weapon as well as Call of Duty WW2 changed a lot since January 2018 when the weapon originally came out. So that's how come I decided to go ahead and actually make a new weapon guide video on it. And as per usual with my weapon guide videos, I'm going to be going over the stats, the created class, and how you should play with that created class in Call of Duty WW2. So let's get started with the stats of the Volkssturmgewehr. The damage profile of the Volkssturmgewehr is 30 damage up close, dropping off to 19 damage at distance. Damage multipliers is 1.1 to the head. Weapon class is of course a rifle. Magazine size is 30 rounds and 45 with extended mag. Starting ammunition is 30 rounds in the magazine and 90 in reserve. Maximum ammunition is 30 rounds in the magazine and 180 in reserve. Reload time is 1.35 seconds. Rate of fire is 722 RPM and 769 with rapid fire. Recoil is high, however it is very controllable. So now that I got the stats out of the way, I'm going to be moving over to the create class that I have for today's video. So as you can see on your screen right now, this is going to be my Volkssturmgewehr created class. Now of course I am going to be using the infantry division. My primary weapon is going to be the Volkssturmgewehr. I'm actually going to be using my Defiance variant of that weapon. I actually prefer this variant to the standard version as well as the resistor variant, being that the iron sights on the Defiance in my opinion are better than the other two variants. So that's how come I decided to use it for this video. The first attachment that I have, and that's going to be extended mags, and that's just because the fire rate on the Volkssturmgewehr is pretty high, and if you put on extended mags, it's going to be helping that out a lot, as well as quick draw, because it takes a long time to actually pull up the iron sights on this weapon. And of course in Call of Duty WW2 or any Call of Duty game in general, you're going to want to pull up your iron sights as quickly as you possibly can. So that's how come I decided to put on quick draw. I'm also going to be using grip, and that's just because the recoil on this weapon can be a little bit hard to manage sometimes, so that's how come I decided to put on grip, as well as I'm going to be using harden, so that way you can effectively take out enemies by shooting them through walls. My basic training is going to be hunker, and that's just because you don't want to get blown up by grenades. My secondary weapon is going to be the P.558. I'm actually going to be using a heroic variant of that weapon, and of course I am going to be using quick draw as well as extended mags on the P.558. My lethal grenade is going to be the sticky bomb, as well as I'm going to be using the standard stun grenade. So yeah guys, that's going to be the create class I have for today's video. Now I'm going to be talking about how you should actually play with this create class in Call of Duty WW2. Now this class is kind of the jack of all trades assault rifle class in the game, being that you can take out enemies pretty effectively at close range. The recoil on it isn't really too hard to manage, so you can take out enemies at medium to longer range. And a lot of people have compared this weapon to the ACR, being that the recoil isn't really too bad and the damage isn't really the best in the game. However, you can take out enemies very quickly and very effectively at those longer ranges. However, one good thing about this weapon is, as I said, you can also take out enemies at close range if you have to. And overall, I really do enjoy this created class in Call of Duty WW2. If you're going to be playing the game and you need an assault rifle created class to use, I would highly recommend that you use this one. So yeah guys, that's going to conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like on it down below. Also subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss a new upload from me. We are on the grind to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, so if you guys would like to subscribe, that would really help me out. So yeah, that's going to conclude today's video. I hope to see you in the next one.